Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22, as we continue our honey-baked bacon. Honey-baked bacon? I think I said honey-baked ham originally. I don't know. Is there a honey-baked bacon? Bacon and eggs run here. Or honey-baked ham and eggs. Whichever you prefer. Because we do have the bees. I'm sorry, I'm being silly this morning. Or this evening. I don't even know what time of day it is. Just finished up the canola. Getting that gathered up so we can go drop this off into the silo. Next thing we need to harvest is the sorghum, so we'll leave the header on that harvester. He'll be ready to bebop over to the sorghum fields to our right over here in just a moment. Guess I should write down on my calendar when the best time to sell eggs and honey are, because, I mean, we will need to start doing that at some point, even though there's not really that much currently in stockpile. All right, there's the canola. Let's get you moved over towards the sorghum. Alright, got you set up. You're ready to rock and roll next month. You're ready to, I guess, just leave this attached because you'll need to be picking that stuff up. We also need to hook up the planter, or the seeder, I should say, to seed the canola. So you just chill right here, my friend. Let's grab you, grab the seeder. There it is. Sure you're set to canola, and you're good to go. All right, let's just, while I'm thinking about it, we will check the prices of the eggs real quick. Eggs best sell time is November. So sell eggs, and then honey is February or March. We'll say February, just because I already have stuff in March, and if we can sell in February, that just gives me something to do in February. Sell honey, and I think that'll work. Cool. Got those written down, so at least we'll get a little bit of money from those things. Let's go ahead and just pay off at least a tiny bit of the loan, and then we're going to check on the animals one more time. Pigs are looking okay. Got one more month still on that, like we said, and we're good to go. Well, let's go. Hey, sunflowers. Looking good. Oh, look how much they've grown. Awesome. Do they actually follow the sun? I actually don't know. I mean, they're currently facing the sun. I may have to fast forward through the day and see if they actually follow the sun or something crazy like that. That's very cool. All right. Let's get you set up for your canola. Do need to get a border set up, so I'm going to get you started, but I'm going to immediately come back as soon as I get the harvester rolling, just to make sure that we can get a good border set up for you. Get you rolling. Okay. While you're doing that real quick, let me just... So we got our 1,200 bucks animal right there. Now's the decision. Honestly, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sell those at 25 months yet. Once we get to the point where we can get the bigger enclosure, we will let one set, whatever the next set is, go to 25 months, just get one extra set of pigs in rotation. And I think we'll be okay from that point forward. That's the plan. Because if I remember my math right, the reason I'm doing 9, which sounds like an odd number, right? Like 9 is, I mean, it literally is an odd number, but you know what I mean. 9 is not, you know, 5 or 10 or 15 or whatever. The reason I'm doing 9 is because I actually took the time to write. Don't ask me why. I like spreadsheets. I like math and like weird stuff like that. I took the time to set up a spreadsheet to see at the time that I'm selling versus the time that they're having babies and all this cycle. At 9 pigs at 24 months, then I don't, if I remember correctly, we don't ever pass 108 pigs, which sounds like it wouldn't make much sense, but I think that's the case or something like that. It was, or at least it takes a very, very, like that's the one that took the longest to hit like 100, past 108 pigs or something like that. So that's the reason why that we're selling those at 24 months and at that quantity. Because right now we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 72 pigs. So we're still a little ways away from 108 and we're about to sell some, so. Alright, you should be able to continue on from here because you have already got your border. Okay, you're fine. I was going to say you crossed over, but that's actually a field we would want you to cross over onto. I will shift you horizontally in just a moment, though, because it will be more efficient, obviously. Alright, I'll be back in just a moment once we get a little bit further along with the sorghum and the canola. Alright, we're back. Just getting our first batch of sorghum off this field. This guy's done with his planting of the canola. Looking good there. Let's get you dropped off over here. I guess we'll fill you up with some gas on our way by. That's one more thing I need to do pick up is the maintenance shed and stick that somewhere. I mean, it would make sense over here by the gas station, I guess. In fact, again, because money does not exist, it is a figment of our imagination. We can go ahead and buy it now because I want it, and that's the way this series is gonna go. I want it. Okay, yeah, we'll put it over here by this stuff. Yeah, I'd be able to still squeeze through there, right, pretty easily, and do what we need to do. Actually, I might just put it right up against the road here, so it's easy for us to kind of do what we need to do. Go to the gas station, go to the maintenance shed all at the same time. I think that works. Hopefully that didn't mess up the roads too much. Little hump there, but it looks... We'll be able to make that. I mean, I might eventually try to smooth that out again, but for the most part, that should be fine. Now that we have a free tractor, we do need to go ahead and go sell off our pigs. Let's get this dropping off and then we'll get our pigs loaded up. Alright, let's grab you, grab our piggy trailer. All right, 24-month-old piggies, let's go. 9 piggies, move to the trailer. Look at the little piggies in there, all fattened up, ready to go on that special trip. Don't tell Babe where they're going. Man, that's an old reference. That's a really old reference. Man, that was a I don't remember how old I was when Babe came out. Not super old. Oof, that is an old movie. All right, let's get you headed off to the market. Gonna be a bit of a trip, but that's all right. Someday, in the someday plan, we will eventually have a semi-truck. And I know it, with my argument that, you know, I want to get all the cool equipment now and I don't care about the price, all that kind of stuff. We don't need a semi. Like, that's the one that that one very much is kind of alike. We'll be perfectly fine with that tractor zipping up there. Unless he gets stuck somewhere, which, no, he's still fine. I thought I saw him over there, over across the highway. I was like, wait a minute, is that him over there? I saw red. I thought that was his wheels, you know? But no, yeah, once we get, you know, some way down the road, we might eventually get a semi-truck. I suppose like what I could do at the very least is at least keep my eyes open here. Speaking of keeping my eyes open, I mean, it's a nice thing to contain some slurry, but not anything we need right this second. Although, speaking of slurry, I don't know if I've talked, I can't remember if I mentioned it already. We are getting full on slurry, so we will need to empty it out here in a bit. The plan for the slurry and the manure is we're going to put a biogas plant down. I can't remember if I mentioned that already, but that is going to be the other way that we're going to be making money off of pigs. We're going to sell the pigs. We're also going to sell, we're going to make money off of their production, if you will. So that is the plan. And we'll be taking care of that here in just a minute. Honestly, probably what I'm going to do is try to smooth out that hill. Right there. I pointed at the screen, then I realized, you know what? That is actually pointing where I wanted to point. Smooth out that hill in front of us. And we'll probably put the biogas plant there. I don't know how big of one we need just yet. That's the reason why I hadn't put one down yet. I was trying to wait to see kind of what the production was going to feel like. But probably not a massive one, to be perfectly honest. I think we'll be okay with a relatively small one. And whatever we sell there is money, right? Now, the one negative, obviously, it's going to put us a bit more in debt to get that. But that definitely pays for itself in time. Like, that one is the one part that I'm not worried about. And the piece that I've been missing this entire time that I think is going to pull all this together to make it, really, stupid cars. Part of me wants to just get rid of the highway, the traffic. I mean, I kind of like the traffic to some degree because it gives a little bit of extra, you know, ambiance, if you will, but it also gets become annoying at times. All right, so you are done with sorghum. Next on your list would be, well, next on our list is planting barley and wheat next month. The next thing to harvest would be corn, soybeans, and sunflowers. So probably what we'll do is we'll get you ready to do the soybeans first, which is right over here. And then that way we can just put on that other header and go on our merry way. Okay. You're good to go. I mean, I could go ahead and set up the biogas plant now. I mean, we are making, you know, a reasonable amount of slurry. Actually, what I need to do is, how many pigs did we have? I mean, we just sold some. We had, what, 80 something, 70 something? Like, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the one we just had. So we have 72 pigs. So we have about 3/4 of the number of pigs that we're going to eventually have. So what I need to do is check next month to see how much slurry we've increased by. And that'll kind of give me a good estimate of how much per month we can expect to have, you know, on the high end. You know, we'll kind of multiply that times, you know, a modifier based on how many pigs we expect to have in the end and go from there. Obviously, we do eventually plan to double our pigs once we can get to the point where we can set up that second, or set up the bigger pig pen. We are about to make the first money of this playthrough. We've done nothing but spend money this entire time. This is our first incoming money. 10,000 bucks. It's not a lot, don't get me wrong, but we get to a point where we start selling 10,000 bucks every single month, possibly even 18 pigs, you know, 20,000 bucks every single month, which is possible. I haven't done the math to make sure, see exactly if that would be a thing. I think it will average out to be about, once we're all said and done, average out to be about 18 every single month. Now, it might not be exactly 18 every month. It might be 27 or, you know, more than that one month and less the next month, things like that. But over the course of time, I think it'll be about a set of pigs every single month. Okay, so you're on your way back. You are done with what you're doing. I guess we can leave you hooked up because you will also need to... actually, no. You need to do the herbicide here in just a bit. So let's get this just set up for now. We'll get the herbicide attached to go herbicide our canola. Just real quick, I'm going to write down the number for our slurry. And I guess I'll do the manure as well. So we're at 34,761 on slurry. And then, and this is at 72 pigs, which technically we just got rid of some, but that's what got us there, I guess. And then let me jump out and go check the manure as well. Is that exactly half? That is almost exactly half. Manure is at 17,391. Okay. So then we'll check both those numbers next month to see how much we increase by month over month. And again, like I said, we'll then modify that for 100 pigs. Now, I think they do increase the amount of slurry and manure they produce as they get older. So the number here is going to still be just an estimate. But it should be pretty close. I guess I'll just drive you back real quick. So our next set of pigs we'll be selling will be what, 7 months, I think, from now? I think these 15 months, so it'll be 9 months actually. Yeah, so 9 months from now, which this is our biggest gap, I think. This will be our biggest gap. Once we get past this gap, they'll start coming more frequently. Did we get any indicator of how much yield we got from the canola relative to what we were expecting? I don't think it looks like it visibly went up or anything like that. I mean, we could click on the thing here. I mean, do we see any evidence? No, not really. That's all right. We're just going to assume that the bees are doing their thing, and if they're not, it's really not hurting us at all. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward to the next month. I didn't check the chickens. Are they still okay on food? Yes, they are, although they're getting a little bit low. Let's go ahead and fast forward, and we'll check the slurry numbers. All right, so manure is at 19,221, which is almost 2,000 liters of manure. And the slurry, I'm assuming, would be at 30. Yep, okay, so almost 4,000 liters of slurry. 38,331. So we'll say 4,000, and that is with how many pigs do we actually have right now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're at 63 because they haven't reproduced yet. They'll reproduce here next month. Actually, we have 3. We're gonna get 27 pigs next month. That's crazy. So we'll call it 4,000 because I'd rather round up than down. I'd rather have a biogas plant that's mostly good, but maybe not quite there, than one that's not enough, because then we'll just build up slurry and stuff and we won't have anything to do with it. So we're at 4,000. Divided by, we'll say 63 pigs times 108 pigs. That would be close to 7,000 liters. And if we double that, we can expect around 13 to 14,000. So if we target 14K slurry and we'll say 7K manure on our biogas, I think that will cover us with a little bit, of a cushion there. Does it tell us here? Or do I have to go look that up? I think I have to go look it up. Go construction. What is it? Production. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to go look it up. I had the numbers written down at one point, but then when I did all my pig stuff, I erased them. So because I forgot to leave that part. So I'll go look that up. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and look it up real quick. I'm gonna put a quick pause in the video. I'll be right back. All right, I got the numbers. So the 500 kilowatt biogas plant does 1,000 liters of slurry and manure per hour. So obviously over the course of 24 hours, that would be 24,000 liters, a little bit extra, but I think it's like 1,086 or something weird like that. But it's basically 1,000 liters, which, truth be told, is way more than we need. I know I said I wanted to go a little bit over, err on the side of overage. That is significantly over. The 250 kilowatt will do 500 and some change liters per hour, which puts us at 12,000 liters, a little bit extra, obviously, again, for the little extra it does do, of slurry per day, which is almost exactly what we need for slurry. Right now, I said it wrote down 14,000. 12,000, we're only off by a couple thousand. Again, there will be a little bit extra over that 12,000, so it might be closer to 13,000. And I rounded up over here on my numbers as well. So that actually almost sounds like it might be perfect. Obviously, it's overkill for the manure, but that's just the way it is. I mean, manure is fine. So I think what we want is the 250 kilowatt biogas plant. Now here's the thing. We are not in a position to have that much slurry coming in yet. So will this thing pay for the cost of it right now with only doing 4,000 per month? Probably not. We probably need to wait until we get closer to that 100 pig mark, which means we've got to figure out what to do with the slurry. That's the problem. Honestly, I think I'm just going to go ahead and build it because this is less about what's the most efficient and more about just having fun. And it does not sound fun to me to waste the slurry and just let it build up or have to figure out some way to dispose of it, things like that. So I think we're just going to go ahead and set it up and get that rolling. Now, do I have time to do that in this episode? We might go a little bit over, but I think we can set this up. Now, obviously, this is going to be extremely expensive. This is probably the last massive expenditure we're going to have. And this thing will eventually pay for itself. It will eventually pay for itself. But I knew we were going to hit 5 mil or be very close to 5 mil. That was kind of my expectation coming to this all along. Partly because I obviously knew that I was going to eventually do the biogas plant. We're going to go a little bit over 5 mil, which is, again, I don't care. It's fine. I think we still have a path to get completely out of debt eventually. It's definitely going to be hard. It's going to take us a while, but I think there is a path there. So if we come over here to production, we come over here to the 250 kilowatt, we will drop this bad boy off over here somewhere. I may just drop him off as is. Let's see. I just don't know what he's going to do with the road. I may need to smooth this out because I want to make sure it lowers it instead of raises it. So that's probably what I should do is smooth out the road, lower it down a bit, and then pop this down over here. So let me get that done real quick. So we want to, I guess, level based off what's here. And I'm probably going to use the mouse for this. I'll do let me change the shape as well. I mean, this is going to be very expensive as well, but kind of needs to be done. I'm not going to worry too much about the cliff back here because this is the only building that's going to be over here. So I think this will be fine. Costing us a lot of money, but hey, we got to spend money to have a pleasant experience here, I guess. Okay, let's see if that's enough, hopefully. Production. We can't even afford this right now. I'd have to get some more, but it looks like I think it'll fit. At the very least, I think it'll cut in the rest of the way for me. So let's grab the last little bit of money that we need. Let me turn on the angle. Okay. Make sure it's nice and even here. Something like that, I think, will be fine. Oh, did it cut into my field? Okay, I got scared for a second there. I saw that angle come out like that. I thought we just run the field a bit. Nope, looks like we're okay. And we will need to grab us a trailer to transport stuff with, so let's grab that real quick. Which will be... There, sorry, I was like, where is it? We'll grab, it doesn't really matter. We're not, honestly, at the most we're expecting is 14,000, then this one right here will be fine. We'll just run this every day. No big deal. And then we'll need one for the manure. Which we just need a regular trailer for that, right? Does that fit into our regular normal trailer that we have? Yes, there at the end. Okay, so we can mix it in with our food, which the pigs don't care if the manure's in their food, right? Okay, so that's done. And let's go ahead and get... Oh, we should probably get you rolling, huh? I'm all distracted over here. Let's get you set up on your herbicide. Oh, I meant to fast forward to see if the sunflowers follow the sun. Someday I'll remember. It's not like it's that big of a deal. It would just be kind of a fascinating thing. All right, let me drop off our first batch of stuff for our new biogas plant, and then we will probably put a cut in there. It's already a couple days worth of manure here. Almost 3 days worth. No, I'm sorry. Manure is 14,000. So it's or sorry, 12,000-ish. So it's about 2 days worth. There is a little bit of a lip there, isn't there? I can see it from here. Let's see if I can smooth that out at all. Because that is going to be annoying. There's the manure right there. I forgot where I was going. It's still a little bit, but I think it's better. Alright, we'll go with that. Looks like I couldn't fit it all in there, so interesting. What's this thing hold? What am I looking for? Productions. There we go. I was like, we haven't done production in a while. 18,000, like, all right, we'll be able to put some in here in about an hour or so. Cool. and we will get, you know, a decent chunk of money, and we'll start getting some digestate, which we could use for fertilizing if we wanted to. Not super critical on that point, obviously. Did you get all of the herbiciding done? You did. All right, cool. We'll go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, I will probably already have the slurry dropped off, and we'll be ready to fast forward and see if we make a little bit of money off of that. Again, I don't expect it to pay off, you know, much right now, but as our pigs continue to get more and more pigs, that value will continue to go up and up and up. So I think it's a good start. So I do appreciate you guys watching, though. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.